Hi, good afternoon. My name is Andrew Bastian. I'm the owner and chief instructor with Pikes Peak Tactical. I'm also a student with the Sonoran Desert Institute, or SDI, currently participating in FTT 210, customizing woodworking with Professor Davis. Today we're going to be going over how to properly inlet the action, or the percussion lock, as well as the butt plate and toe plate for a Traditions Shenandoah muzzleloader. Let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to position our lock assembly, our percussion lock right here, inside the wood. Okay. We notice right there, it does hang up, it doesn't seat firmly in there, so we are going to have to remove some material to figure out exactly where it sits. Okay. With that said, we're going to remove this. Now we don't have any inletting black, but what we do have is called Prussian blue, excuse me. To my understanding, it works the same way. This is what was provided by SDI for the completion of this lab. Put it right along the contact edges. Put this off to the side so it won't make a mess. Good. Gently place this in here. Now, because the school didn't supply us with a rawhide mallet, we're going to use the other mallet they gave us, the other hammer. Gently tap. What that should do, try to make a mess, right? It should transfer all along right here so we can kind of see what material needs to be removed. I'm going to take my scraper chisel. I'm going to begin slowly removing material. Be careful to take mine, not to remove too much. Oh, now you see the percussion lock is inlet. Comes back, the hammer will lock, and perform a full cycle flawlessly. Next up, we're going to be working on preparing some of our brass bits, particularly the butt plate. So because these are cast brass, there's a lot of marks from the mold lines on the inside, or right here on the lines, that are going to be making contact with the wood. So because of that, we want to clean it up and make them as smooth as possible, polish them up a little bit if we can. That way everything fits nice and smoothly. So. There we go. Got all our mold lights cleaned up. It's good. We'll start inletting it. Alright, the next thing we're going to work on is inletting the butt plate. So, right now we know that there's gaps here on both sides. I'll try to get it as centered as we can. See, this is the rough idea of where it's going to be centered. So, Because of that, I'm going to take my pencil, just draw the line to where I roughly think it's centered. That way I can line it up better when it's time to, after we put the inletting solution on it. Okay. Just going to remove this. Get in our Prussian blue again. I'm going to put this on our Q-tip. Just a little bit. A little bit does go a really long way. And we're just going to place it on the contacts portions. Alright, so now this is inlet. We're going to put this back in place in our approximate center.
He's done.
So I'm going to push down. Let's get a solid mark on this side, on the top, and then we're going to push down up here.
W, Z, X, Y.
So
You know
right now we can tell there's a pretty big gap in between these, so I got to start carving them. Alright, so our camera died on the last part. We finished getting this mounted and secure. What we did is we took this the toe plate and we filed it down to match the bevel right here. We trimmed back what we could on this portion to get it flat. And I also went ahead and already tapped my pilot holes. So, the pilot holes tapped, I'm going to go ahead and drill them out and secure the toe plate. One sec, baby.
Woo! Let's go now. I can't hear you. That wasn't too loud.
Toe plate secure, butt plate secure. We're going to sand down these contours and everything to match in a later module.